This is a Fox News alert. Fox News is now projecting that Bernie Sanders will in fact defeat Hillary Clinton in Michigan. Here with reaction, Fox News legal analyst Peter Johnson Jr., Fox News senior correspondent Geraldo Rivera, and Fox News contributor Monica Crowley. Peter Johnson Jr., I think very little coverage of the big story of the night, which very clearly is there is huge anger, sustained anger now at the Republican and Democratic establishments in Washington, D.C., I think because they have failed the American people in a very huge way. Thoughts?
And I think it's even more than anger. It's more than frustration. I watched Donald Trump tonight. The reason Donald Trump is winning is because of what he did tonight. Because he is reassuring the American people that this country is going to be great again. He's telling a margin of the American people that they're not going to be forgotten anymore, that their president won't be embarrassed by them going forward, that their problems mean something to him as a president-to-be. Bernie Sanders, if you watch him in the debate with Hillary Clinton, said the same kinds of things in a reassuring manner. So it's beyond anger, it's beyond frustration, it's beyond the notion
that it's a political earthquake.
The American people are saying, we want someone who understands us, who will speak directly to us, who has accomplishments. A lot of the pundits tonight, and even news people across the networks, they were laughing at Donald Trump, showing his steaks, his wine, his water. But he's saying, I have accomplishments. I've built buildings. What accomplishments do you have? What will you do for America? I've done it here in America, and I want to do it for Americans. That's what's convincing. I disagree with him from time to time on different things. I've represented him in the past. I happen to like him personally. But tonight I saw something that I hadn't seen before. And tonight I really understood why he's connecting and why Sanders is connecting. It's not about anger. It's about a connection. It's about who's touching America.
I think it's partly anger. I think there's a lot of anger. I mean, I feel angry that, you know, look at all the people out of work and in poverty and on food stamps and doubling of their debt and robbing our kids blind. Monica Crowley, I think Peter, though, makes a great point, is that these people haven't gotten the job done on either side. And people said enough is enough. There's a political earthquake. We now have 24 states in the can. We're waiting on the results from 2 tonight. But it is clear a strong message has been sent. This is the end of business as usual in America. That's my take on it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Sean. Look, when you look at the top 2 finalists tonight, Donald Trump and Ted Cruz, who's running very strong in Idaho, and we'll see how that turns out. But these are insurgency candidates, okay? Donald Trump is more of a populist. Ted Cruz is more of a pure conservative. But what you're seeing is a wholesale rejection of the bipartisan establishment class, the ruling class, the elites that for so long have told us one thing and promised us one thing and done something else only to empower themselves, not looking after the interests of the American people, not looking after the interests of the country as a whole, looking after their own interests. That's why you see the earthquake happening on the side, the left-hand side, with Bernie Sanders, who pulled out this huge upset over Hillary Clinton in Michigan. That's why you're seeing Donald Trump and Ted Cruz doing what they're doing on the right. That's because the bulk of the American people on both sides are saying, you know what, we gave all of y'all a chance, and now we're sick of all of y'all, and we're going to go with something and somebody completely different.
You know, if I told you, Geraldo, 6 months ago, that the 2 top Republicans are going to be Trump and Cruz, those people that didn't like the steaks and the wine and the water tonight, they would have laughed. You wouldn't have laughed. Monica wouldn't have laughed, nor would Peter Johnson Jr., because we hear from people every day, and we know that the suffering they're going through. But I think Peter makes a valid point that the media is out of touch. These analysts and pundits don't know what the hell they're talking about half the time. It's frustrating to watch them. It's idiotic, simplistic, and sophomoric, some of the analysis. Oh, this person gets out. We'll take all of his numbers and we'll put it in this person's column. And meanwhile, these 2 guys keep winning. And Bernie Sanders keeps, you know, overperforming.
I think all 3 of you have made very valid points. I don't disagree with anything I have heard this evening. I just point out, of course, that I predicted it would be Clinton versus Trump in July. I thought I saw it coming. Donald Trump, love him or hate him, has energized the GOP. Conversely, Hillary Clinton has left the Democratic electorate lethargic and unsure. She has to get the white Democrats back into the game, or she will have no chance in the general election. I think Bernie Sanders has no chance to win the nomination. He may have prolonged this process a bit, and it is interesting to see. And I do agree that this is also, Michigan particularly, you have a situation where the blue-collar class is desperate. They are fighting for their very survival. And you have Sanders and Trump making essentially the same message, that it's not a fair deal that you're getting. It's not a level playing field. Trump is resonating with the Chinese are stealing our lunch, the Mexicans, the Japanese, and so forth.